Amazon Prime Henry Cavill project. Apparently, there has been breakthrough news. Breaking news that Henry Cavill finally has 100% fully confirmed that there will be a series and so on and so forth. This sounds fantastic, but I don't know if this alleviates all of our concerns over whether or not Amazon Prime will actually allow Henry Cavill to fully chase his creative vision and keep all of the 40K lore and the universe and all of these things being accurate. Anyway, we're over here on Screen Rant. Henry Cavill confirms key Warhammer breakthrough in Prime Video universe development update. Henry Cavill has confirmed a key breakthrough in his upcoming Warhammer 40,000 adaptation for Prime Video in a major franchise development update. Cavill's upcoming Warhammer adaptation will bring the tabletop game's world to life on the small screen, the Amazon-owned streaming service being the home for all the forthcoming content in the series. The project was first announced in December 2022 with a financial report from Games Workshop in July 2024, indicating Amazon had until December of this year to decide on the show's creative guidelines to retain rights to the series. Now, Cavill has taken to Instagram confirming that him, Games Workshop, and Amazon have decided how his Warhammer 40,000 adaptation is going to start. Posting an image of himself at the Little Shop in New Jersey, where he bought his first Warhammer models, the creative teased that the starting point for the adaptation has been decided, and more news would arrive soon about where the story is going to begin. Check out what Cavill posted and what he's had to say below. This is from Henry Cavill. To celebrate some Warhammer news, I decided to make a pilgrimage to the very first place I bought Warhammer models over 30 years ago, the Little Shop on my home island of Jersey. My incredible team and I, alongside the brilliant minds at Games Workshop, have been working away in concept rooms, breaking down approaches to the enormity and magnificence of the Warhammer world. Together, we've been sifting through the plethora of incredible characters and poring over old tomes and texts. Our combined efforts have led us to a fantastic place to start our universe, which has been agreed upon by those up on high at both Amazon and Games Workshop. That starting place shall, for now, remain a secret. Watch this space, though. More to come in time. Now, in preparation for making this video, I've seen and watched a fair number of other people's videos, and people are being very, very, very excited about this. They're going, my God, this confirms everything. He's going to be in charge. We're so back. This is great. To me, am I crazy to say this doesn't seem to alleviate any of my concerns? Certainly, Henry Cavill would be someone that I think we could all agree would be a good steward of this franchise. If, big if here, he is the one who is actually stewarding it. Is he the creative lead on these things? Does he have the capability to steer the rudder of this ship? This, to me, sounds like, nope, he's still gonna run it up the chain. It has been agreed upon by those up on high at both Amazon and Games Workshop. That doesn't sound like someone who has 100% creative freedom. I'm always, and I think you should be as well, I'm always hopeful. I'm always perhaps even optimistic about these things. I absolutely think, you know what, hey, he could easily have this in the bag. This could be fantastic. I'd be very excited to see this. But I don't see any actual real justification for that hopefulness in that announcement. What Cavill's announcement means for the upcoming Warhammer 40,000 adaptation. The series is moving ahead after 2 years of silence. Yet that is a telling silence. 2 years of, hey, this guy got out. We're hearing about it, we're hearing about it, we're hearing about it. It's not going to go anywhere for 2 years. So instead of actually moving forward with this for 2 years, you are paying people to, write these things out, and maybe, hey, look, that pre-planning is necessary. I'm all for that. I'm all for the pre-production being good and solid so you can hit the ground running when you actually need all of these extra people to do it. I'm all for that. But generally speaking, 2 years of silence for me sounds like you are in, pre-production hell. You are in a fight. You are scrapping. You are really trying to do certain things, and you're having to compromise. You're having to have meetings with a whole bunch of people. Hey, no, we'd like it to be like this. Hey, no, we'd like it to be like this. Well, no, you can't do it like this. You have to do it like this. I'm not in those rooms. I don't know. But 2 years seems like a long time to have no updates if your stuff is going well. Now, maybe they needed that 2 years. Maybe that 2 years was enough for Amazon to go, we're losing money on all of these other projects we have. We're just going to actually allow someone who is passionate about this and seemingly, embraced by the fan community to just do what they want with it, and we'll give them a reasonable budget, not Rings of Power level, but a reasonable amount of money, and that'll be good. I think I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful. But I don't know if this is rah-rah, rally the troops. This is good stuff. The news of the franchise's on-screen development comes just in time for Amazon. Wow, that seems surprising. Who would have had to relinquish rights to the project had a creative outline not been approved by now? The franchise will begin with a TV series introducing the dark sci-fi world, although it's currently unclear where it will begin. I don't know either. I don't really have a fantastic, I don't really have a idea of where it could be, because to be honest, you could do it in a million different places, right? You could have any number of different kinds of stories. What are you going to be? Is it going to be a war, like a Saving Private Ryan? It's all Astra Militarum. We've got, one of the big, Inquisitors or something like that. That's totally a possibility. Do we go with the Space Marines? My guess is probably we go for the Space Marines, just because they're one of the most obviously recognizable parts of the franchise. I think that's probably going to be an obvious starting point. And with that, you can go to 100 million different places. Absolutely. Given the recent positive reviews for Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2, it's clear mediums outside the original tabletop game have plenty of draw to them. Since the story has already been decided, it won't be long until more information likely comes to light. That will, I suppose, be the real tell. Is it going to be another 6 months until we hear anything else about this? If so, I gotta be honest, this is a tactic to just retain the rights. Somebody at, Fox, Marvel, something like that, makes a Fantastic Four movie that they're never gonna release. just so that they don't have to pay more money to retain the rights or any of these types of things. They just, crap out some B movie, which was not bad by the way, but they do it not to make a movie. They do it simply to, keep hold of the rights. That, if we don't hear anything new about this stuff very soon and very consistently, that would be my guess as to where this is going. While there's no way of knowing where the series will begin, the show could begin by exploring popular factions like the Space Marines or other factions working under the Emperor of Mankind. It's also possible Custodes are involved, potentially highlighting Games Workshop's decision to add female warriors to the organization earlier this year. It's also possible Prime Video's secret level anthology show, which includes an episode about Warhammer 40,000, will pave the way for the TV show, revealing what to anticipate from the series. Alright, now here they get into their take. I will read their take, but to be honest, I don't know. Our take, Screen Rant. Given how little information had been provided about the adaptation since it's first announced, it was unclear if the project was still alive at Prime Video. That's kind of what I thought, and I think that's what most people assumed, that this thing was dead. This thing was dead in the water. Cavill's news is reassuring, however, indicating that there's now a long-term plan for this series, with the first entry being just the start of a wider adaptation. Since this information is still rather vague, it seems like the exact subject of the show is under wraps for now. However, it won't be long until the sci-fi franchise finally gets to shine on the small screen. I don't see any of this. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that I'm being, pessimistic and doomered about this, but I do not see a real push for how this could be confirmation that Warhammer 40k Amazon Prime is full steam ahead, going like gangbusters, and is going to be an absolute, complete, fantastic, wonderful thing. To be honest, this seems to be a tactic for them to keep their rights. Now, Henry Cavill, no shade at him, because my guess is he has been fighting for 2 years to get it done right. And with, let's call it the Trump election, the sort of shifting of the general vibe, I see that as very, very, very good news for 40k Prime going ahead correctly and not injecting a bunch of silly politics in there that isn't necessary, that detracts from the message, shifting the focus of stories from just for instance, like Geralt de Rivia to Ciri and Yennefer. Yeah, just for instance. I don't know what it would have anything to do with this, but something like that. I don't want to rule that out as a possibility. Again, the vibe shift makes me more hopeful that, what, he stuck his, heels in, and he said, no, we're not going ahead with some slop version of 40k. It's going to be done right, or it's not going to be done. And now, you know what? Hey, the peak woke is finished. I'm going to get more. Henry Cavill's going to get, more and more leeway, and the thing's going to be better. I'm hopeful. What do you think about it? What do you think about it? Is this message as fantastic as we all want it to be? Or does it feel a little bit more corporate, jiggery-pokery? Good luck in all your endeavors, and thank you for tuning in. And I shall say farewell.